It's springtime here in the central Mexican mountains, and the land feels sleepy, like it's waiting for the rain and conserving its energy. It's so hot and dry, it bakes in the sun, and even so, there are plants and trees that push sprouting fruit and flowers at this hardest time of the year. The light here in the dry season is sharp and unfiltered. It's beautiful and relentless at the same time. Everything is waiting for the same thing: the cracked earth, the dusty roads, the trees holding their breath. In a few weeks, the rains will come and change everything. In the morning here, just before sunrise, the acrobatic swallows start. They come in spring and they do their dive bombs over the land, wheeling and turning, and it looks like pure joy. It looks like they're showing off. My favorite thing is to watch my garden grow, and it's come a long way already. There's something deeply satisfying about watching a piece of land wake up and turn green. Right now, it's mainly this big raised bed, which was just sun-bleached earth and weeds until recently when I started seedlings in the house and then transplanted out here. I'm excited about tomatoes, but I've heard over and over here that you can't grow tomatoes without a greenhouse or a high tunnel or something like that here. So I'm thinking that's because when the rain starts in June, it floods the plants and leads to fungus and waterlogged roots. Right now they're doing really great, but I might need to figure out some kind of shelter before June. I also have runner beans, some herbs. These are bush beans, sunflowers, and zucchini. In the future, I'd like to build a big raised bed garden out in the field, and maybe a couple more fruit trees like avocado, fig, or apple. I'm still just discovering and researching what grows well here at about 7,000 feet, with a very pronounced rainy season. A bigger garden means more water usage, of course, which is easy in the summer but costly in the spring. I'm very content to go slow with all my plans. Now that the casita is finished and my friends are living there, that's done. But I have some big expenses coming up. The fence needs to be repaired, the wood is rotting in many places, and I need to buy a riding mower before too long. So I'll do these things and then see if I have any money left for the pleasures of a bigger garden. My new neighbors are doing amazing things with the casita garden, and it's looking so beautiful. They finished clearing the overgrowth and made some plantings, vegetables and flowers. I'm so grateful to have them here. They say they really enjoy it, and it looks so different from when I first moved in. It's getting hot out there. The rhythm of the day is shaped by the heat right now. By 10 o'clock, the sun is hot, so we stay pretty much in the shade or in the house. This is boring for the dogs, but the adobe bricks this house is made of really keep the house kind of relatively cool. 𝐕𝐤𝐬 especially needs to be protected from the heat. I've never had a dog with this much dense fur. Sometimes I give him a wipe down to clean him up a little and cool him off, and it's hard to even get down to the scalp level. Plus, with all his black fur, he gets overheated very fast.
Look at how thick it is.
It's a challenge to keep the dogs cool right now, but I'm lucky to have a house made of adobe and it stays remarkably cooler in here. If I'm staying home, I work on the computer, read, cook, clean. I love being home for the day with the dogs and just doing my things. We wait for the evening when it starts to cool off, and it's so beautiful here. I have a daily ritual to go out to where the bamboo grove was. It was cut down, and pull all the new little shoots. It's so relaxing, and I just listen to the sparrows and the finches sing their songs. The breeze picks up, and I love it. The dogs investigate things, lounge in the shade, and keep their eyes out for any intruders like squirrels or rabbits. And you might say, why don't I just get rid of it, like dig up all the rhizomes out in every direction? And maybe someday I will, but I don't know how deep they go, but they are covered with this hard shell-like, it's like a solid branch, and inside are the tendrils of bamboo waiting to come up somewhere far away. So it's not that easy to get rid of. The bamboo has spread, I don't know, what is that, 25 or 30 feet from the grove? Comes out here with all its underground rhizomes and wants to make a new grove, and in all directions. Anyway, I have very mixed feelings about it because I love coming out every day and picking it, giving it a haircut, you could say. So I would miss it if it was gone. But obviously I don't want it spreading out in every direction for 30 feet. It's just, it's so strong and it wants to grow. It's amazing, but I cannot have it taking over the whole yard. And this growth that I pick every day, this is with almost no leaf power. Like, not a lot of photosynthesis is going on because the grove was cut. So all of this is the growing power that it has underground in its rhizomes. So it's really relaxing to come out here, especially in the evening when it starts to cool off and the breeze comes up. So beautiful. Get like in a hypnotic state picking the bamboo with the dogs. I should train them to find the bamboo. We just passed Semana Santa here, Holy Week, and I want to show you some of what that looked like here because it's not something I can easily describe in words. Living here has shown me layers of the beautiful Mexican culture I didn't even know existed before living here now. Pátzcuaro's Semana Santa is considered one of the most historically authentic in all of Latin America, and it was fun walking around the giant art market with my friends. As the sun went down, we had dinner and then wandered over to the basilica for one of the many processions that happens in Semana Santa. The quiet, solemn character of the procession of Christ is by design and deep tradition. The procession gathers at the Basilica of Our Lady of Health and includes Christ figures from traditional neighborhoods and nearby towns. So quiet, everybody's silent.
The folklore dresses.
We wandered back to the Plaza Grande and there was a band and dancing.
Con mucho amor, de charangazón para Pátzcuaro. Esperemos que lo disfruten y les guste mucho. Y esto dice así.
The burning of Judas has roots in European Christian rituals dating back to the medieval times. Across Spain, Portugal, and Greece, people burn effigies of Judas during Easter to symbolize repentance and the triumph of good over evil. Spanish and Portuguese colonizers carried the custom to the Americas. Now it is quite a fireworks show, and there were many gathered to watch. The burning of Judas is almost the opposite of the solemn procession. It's loud, fiery, and sometimes political as they burn the bad guys. On Holy Saturday, neighbors hoist the figurines filled up with fireworks and wrapped in cartridges of gunpowder on a wire strung across the street and light them up. Semana Santa here is a big holiday full of fun and traditions. It's great to be here and be able to experience the interesting and beautiful combinations of native Purépecha and Catholic traditions. Semana Santa is one of the biggest holidays of the year. The fireworks are serious and not just in town. And I'm not talking about backyard sparklers really, but the kind that actually shake the walls. And Olive always disappears. Under the bed, under the sink, wherever she can wedge her body into the smallest sheltered place. She's very afraid of loud noises and cohetes and thunder. I've tried everything, sitting with her, holding her, giving her treats, using a thunder coat, pretty much everything I can think of. Her body doesn't care. The fear is already running the show before I can ever say a word. Ollie came to me from a rescue in Northern California, in a wire pen open to the wind and the weather, with a traumatic past that nobody really knew the full story. What I do know is that somewhere in her early life, loud noises meant danger, maybe shouting or maybe something worse. Her brain learned a lesson and has never unlearned it. It doesn't matter that she has been safe for years now. It doesn't matter that no harm has come to her in this life with me. Her nervous system doesn't accept the proof. The past still holds the microphone.
Shaking.
And I recognized that in myself. I had been in operating rooms as a nurse for nearly 30 years. The sounds of that world, monitors alarming, overhead pages, the urgency of a surgeon's voice, my body learned to respond to all of it instantly. And that hypervigilance wasn't a flaw. It helped keep people alive, and I was good at it. And then I moved to Mexico, and I was happy and peaceful, exploring new towns, watching fireflies and hummingbirds in the evening, letting mornings be slow for the first time in so many years. But underneath of all of that, I was still tense and bracing. I found myself still scanning the horizon for the next thing to manage or the next danger, despite the evidence of my everyday life. My body didn't know the difference between a real threat and an old habit of fear. I'd see no danger and still feel the old pulse pounding in my chest, shallow breathing, tense muscles with an anxious mind. Olive taught me what that is. It's not weakness and it's not a failure. It's hard wiring. You can be completely safe and still feel under siege, and you can be free and still act like you're in a cage. The nervous system doesn't automatically update just because the circumstances have changed. What changes it is time and noticing and deciding slowly to trust the quiet and the peace. 𝐕𝐤𝐬 has always known how to do this. He approaches almost every person, dog, or new situation with a waggy tail. He leans in with trust. It almost never occurs to him that things might go badly, but then he's never had anything bad happen to him. During Semana Santa, when Olive was shaking under the bed, 𝐕𝐤𝐬 was at the window, curious, with tail wagging. Olive was the part of me that waited for the worst, and 𝐕𝐤𝐬 was the part that assumed the best. Both of them made it through with me, and so did I.
Come here, sweet girl.
Olive is getting better slowly. As time goes on, her fear is less and less, and that feels like wonderful progress.
Come here, you cutie. Camera shy. She's camera shy. Right in the face.
Are you guys just gonna supervise?
Despite the current heat and occasional loud noises, since we've settled in here, I've never seen both of them so happy. They run around the property looking for rabbits and lizards. They take a nap in the sun when it's cool and in the house when it's hot. 𝐕𝐤𝐬𝐿 loves when I have company and is friendly towards most people and dogs, and Olive is still more reserved and nervous about new people, but she's a great protector and watchdog. As for me, I've never been happier. I moved to Mexico 2 years ago, not entirely sure I was doing the right thing. I was afraid, and sometimes I'm still afraid, but I came out from under the bed.
Vicky, did you forget how to lay down on the stairs? Crazy bees. Crazy bees.